From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Good Thursday morning. We got one more dry day ahead of us for today, and then the atmospheric river for Friday through the wee hours of the morning on Tuesday. It looks like we could have snow for mountain passes from Saturday evening through the wee hours of the morning on Tuesday. Wind gusts picking up for Saturday. High temperatures dropping down into the 50s for this weekend and beyond. And that means that frost is going to be possible once again in the valleys for the nights starting on Saturday and then going forward after that. So right now you're taking a live look at Yakima. This view coming courtesy of Bi-Mart. All the pretty lights down in the valley. Current temperatures this morning not as cold as yesterday morning. We're seeing 40s and 50s for lower elevations, 30s and 40s up in the mountains. Your day planner forecast for this Thursday for lower elevations is going to be into the 40s and 50s around lunchtime. A mix of sun and clouds, and then that same mix of sun and clouds for the warmest part of the day, where most of us are going to end up in the 50s and 60s. So big changes ahead. Again, the main thing is going to be the atmospheric river. So I'll tell you all the ins and outs about that coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest, Pasco police investigating what they're calling a homicide after finding one person shot and killed at a truck stop. What we know so far.
And a follow-up on the recent business break-ins out of Kennewick. We spoke to the owners of the latest restaurant that's been hit. All the details just ahead.
Also, more federal workers missing a paycheck this week. Some after receiving a partial one last payday. We have the back and forth between lawmakers and why they can't agree on which workers to pay first. It's all on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest on your side.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Jade Elliott. It is Thursday, October 23rd, and new information coming in this morning.
That's right. A crime alert. The Pasco Police Department is investigating a deadly shooting that happened near a truck stop in the King City area.
Yeah, police telling us it happened early yesterday morning, just after 7 a.m. in this parking lot you see on your screen. This is the parking lot near Karchner Street and Commercial Avenue, right off of Highway 395. Officers say when they got there, they found one person had been shot, and despite performing life-saving measures, that person was pronounced dead at the hospital. Investigators saying it is still unclear what led up to the shooting or if the people knew each other.
We are actively investigating a homicide. We believe it's an isolated incident, and we don't think there is a specific threat to the general public.
The identity of the victim has not yet been released. PPD says they are in the process of interviewing the shooter, but stay with us both on air and online as we learn more.
And now taking you to Richland, where we're learning more about the deadly three-car crash that closed part of eastbound Interstate 182. So to recap, this crash happened around 6 p.m. Tuesday night. It was near the Queensgate North exit. Police telling us that when two cars started to slow down for traffic, another driver slammed into one of them, and that caused that chain reaction crash. Washington State Patrol telling us that a 56-year-old man was pronounced dead at the scene. We spoke with the trooper who had this to say about it.
We did a second check, and our dispatchers actually confirmed they observed social media postings that indicated he may have been at a high rate, but we don't at this time have any witnesses that called him in at a high rate.
The trooper also said that this is the second deadly crash in that area in just 2 days. Troopers are reminding drivers, of course, to slow down for traffic and obey the speed limit. 5:04 now to a follow-up on all of those break-ins that have been happening in Kennewick. That's where at least 5 businesses have been victims of vandalism and theft just in this last week.
This includes the Clover Island Restaurant, Cedars at Pier 1. Apple Valley News Now's Caleb Stipkovitz had the chance to speak with the restaurant owners to see how these break-ins have been impacting local business.
I'm standing at the patio of Cedars at Pier 1 in Kennewick, where just 1 week ago, someone tried to get into the window right behind me. When owner Doug Lundgren walked into his restaurant last Friday, he noticed an unusual scene.
I had, broken windows at the restaurant, chairs scattered all over the patio, and, damage to tables.
After examining the restaurant, Lundgren says it looked like someone tried and failed to enter the building. Although Cedars already had several security measures in place, including indoor security cameras and an alarm system that would have been triggered if someone fully broke through the double-paned windows, the culprit smashed through the restaurant's patio, causing $5,000 in damage. Lundgren says he doesn't know who the attackers are or why they may have gone after Cedars.
You feel violated. You feel, for no apparent reason whatsoever. If it was just vandalism, I don't understand that at all. Attempted break-in, well, maybe someone was after something.
Cedars is one of 5 Kennewick businesses to be targeted in just a week's time, a troubling trend that is putting business owners on edge. And after Lundgren and his co-owner saw some of the attempted break-ins, they decided to order an outdoor camera for their patio. But Cedars was vandalized before the camera came in the mail. In response to the recent break-ins, Kennewick police say businesses can ask for extra patrols if they feel worried. But Lundgren isn't sure if that will be enough.
I don't feel okay. Yes, extra patrols, would be great just as a deterrent, but they can't be here all the time, 24 hours a day. They got other things to do, more important things to do too.
Extra repair costs after a break-in can add to what is already a difficult time for business owners. And our businesses need us more now than ever.
Cedars is currently open from 4 to 9 p.m. Tuesday through Sunday. Reporting from Kennewick, Caleb Stipkovitz, Apple Valley News Now.
Now, this attempted break-in at Cedars is currently still being investigated.
Yeah, be sure to stay with us here at Apple Valley News Now, on air and online, for the very latest in the investigation into all of these break-ins.
Now moving on to Sunnyside, where a few candidates running for the school district board seat and a city council position say their political signs and posters are being vandalized. Raquel Lopez is running for the school board district 2 position, and she says she put out some campaign signs in March, but then her signs began to disappear or were destroyed. She says while checking on her signs, she noticed others were damaged as well.
It is hurtful and it is exhausting, but it's all noise at the end of the day. And I think what we have been more focused on is connecting with the community, listening to the community, and just, being out there. Because I do believe that campaigns should be about ideas and solutions, not tearing people down.
She also says adults should be examples for young people in the community, and destroying campaign items just isn't right. All right, keep it here, because coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, it's now 22 days since the government shutdown, marking this the longest shutdown in several years. We break down the current back and forth between lawmakers. It's all coming up in your national news.
And giving you that live look outside this morning from right here at the Apple Valley Studios in Kennewick. It is 7 minutes after 5 on this Thursday. When we come back, Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert will have your first alert forecast as we are in for some changes as we make our way towards the weekend.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. From the Kelley Blue Book Best Value brand, right now you can get a 2.99% APR on a 2026 CR-V.
The old me was stuck in the daily grind. My routine didn't allow for any self-expression. I found clay, and that changed everything. I realized my calling was to give others the space to be creative, to build something. And that's how Clay Loom was born. Having a Chase Ink card has allowed us to grow it and bring people together. There's a creative side in all of us. That's what I hope people come here to find.
Earn up to 5% cash back on business essentials with the Chase Ink Business Cash Card from Chase for Business. Make more of what's yours.
For 25 years, you've made Triple Play more than just a place to play. You've turned it into a place where memories are made. We want to thank our amazing guests and community. From birthday parties to company outings and spontaneous weekend adventures, your memories are what make Triple Play special. Here's to 25 years of fun and many more to come. Thank you for being part of our story.
Chevy makes America's most dependable trucks, like the rugged Colorado, the highly capable Silverado 1500, the powerful Silverado HD, and the uncompromising Silverado EV. In every Chevy truck, dependability comes standard.
It's Chevy Truck Month. Well-qualified buyers can get 2.9% financing for 72 months on all Silverado 1500 models.
See your community Chevy dealers. Head to Queensgate Gardens in Richland for some fall family fun. Explore our corn and hay bale maze, zoom down the dump truck slide, and try our pumpkin archery. Get creative with pumpkin painting, play laser tag, and enjoy our U-Pick flower fields. Make fall memories at Queensgate Gardens in Richland.
Hit by a satellite.
We lost contact.
O2 supplies draining gas. Mission control, do you copy?
Kraken, Jets. Coverage begins at 5 tonight on Apple Valley News Now. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Wind gusts going to pick up on Saturday. They'll be gusting between 15 to 35 miles per hour across the region. Looks like the strongest gusts probably going to be in the lower Columbia Basin for the Blue Foothills and for the Blue Mountains as well. Also, Sadish Pass on US 97 probably going to be quite blustery too. Why are the winds picking up? Well, it's because of the atmospheric river. It's moving through. It's attached to a cold front, and that's going to drop our high temperatures down into the 50s for Saturday, Sunday, and beyond. Now, in the Yakima Valley, we're going to be down into the 50s as soon as Saturday. For the Tri-Cities, we'll have to hold off until Sunday for that, but mid-50s for Sunday through Wednesday, really, about 5 to 10 degrees cooler than normal for this time of the year. And with those cooler afternoon highs, that means that overnight low is going to drop down once again. So once again, we'll have to deal with another bout of frost for the Kittitas and Yakima Valley. So that magic number, 32 degrees, when the lows get below that or pretty close to that, that's when we'll have our best chances to see frost coming up in the next half hour. I'll show you what this is going to look like in the Kittitas Valley. But during the stretch, once again, you'll have to take those steps to protect the outdoor pets, the plants, and the plumbing. So let's take it back to today. We'll have mostly sunny skies for the foothills, but I think for the rest of us, it's going to be partly to mostly cloudy, and high temperatures are going to be similar to yesterday, maybe a smidge warmer with low to mid 60s for lower elevations. But of course, all eyes are on the atmospheric river. That's going to impact us from early tomorrow morning through early on the morning on Tuesday. So I'll time it out with Futurecast, and I'll show you how much rainfall and snowfall we're expecting. So that's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Thanks, Josh. 12 minutes after 5 now in your national headlines. Friday is set to be the first time some federal workers miss a paycheck due to the government shutdown. That's tomorrow. And it's all after receiving a partial one on the last payday. Now, some lawmakers are trying to help. They want to appropriate just enough money to pay government employees. Members on both parties are expressing support for that general concept. Amy Kiley reports they just can't agree on which workers to include.
You got to save every dime at this point.
The Senate could vote this week on a bill to pay essential federal employees during the government shutdown. They're not on furlough and instead are working without paychecks.
They are trying to make their mortgage payments. They're trying to put food on the table.
It's unclear if the bill from GOP Senator Ron Johnson has enough support to pass. At least one Republican argues it could reduce the pressure to reopen the government.
The military should be getting paid and law enforcement should be getting paid. Those are the two entities that you need. Everybody else, shut it off.
Some Senate Democrats say they want to pay all federal workers, not just those the Trump administration deems essential.
I'd be in favor of paying the federal workers. That bill, unfortunately, gives a lot of latitude to the president to pick and choose.
You'll see a Democratic counterproposal that is an even-handed approach.
Meanwhile, many federal workers are struggling to make ends meet. This video shows a D.C. area food bank event that was aimed at government employees. Some who attended it Tuesday say they waited 2 hours in a line that stretched around the block.
I can't believe I'm here, because you always thought that getting a government job or, a federal job, that's security.
Rent, car note, car insurance, student loans, those are not stopping.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm Mimi Kiley reporting.
And we'll keep you updated on it. All right, still much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. When we come back, checking back in with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth as we give you that live look outside from right here at the Apple Valley Studios in Kennewick. Sunrise set for 7:25 today. Time right now, 5:14. We're back after the break.
The White Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
Get ready to tackle this fall in safety, comfort, and style with a new 2025 Kia Telluride. Right now, you'll find the best selection in Overturf history during the Kia Fall Savings Event. All 2025 Kia Telluride SX Prestige X lines are priced at $1,250 off MSRP. Plus, get 1.9% APR for 48 months. Shop online anytime. Just south of Highway I-182 at the Road 100 Broadmoor Boulevard exit on St. Thomas Drive in Pasco.
To me, Harlem is home. But home is also your body.
Last one, everyone.
I asked myself, why doesn't Pilates exist in Harlem? So I started my own studio. Getting a brick and mortar in New York is not easy. Chase Inc. has supported us from Studio 1 to Studio 3.
When you start small, you need some big help, and Chase Inc. was that for me.
Earn up to 5% cash back on business essentials with the Chase Inc. Business Cash Card from Chase for Business. Make more of what's yours.
At Apple Valley News Now's Phase 3 Digital, we have the right message to grab attention and drive leads with strategies for your business to grow brands across the streaming apps you know best.
Plus, we have the local expertise that connects you with new customers in Central Washington, Northern Oregon, and the world.
Wherever your market is, whoever your market is, we'll get results that matter and build your business.
Phase 3 Digital from Apple Valley News Now. We know digital. Contact us today.
Life's better when you're under our roof. Because we know it's more than a new home. It's really him. It's a new journey.
Welcome to the neighborhood, Jordan.
Thanks, guys. Whoa.
And when you feel protected, you can dream fearlessly.
Go long.
Bundle home and auto and save up to 40%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
The White Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Again, we're tracking that atmospheric river that's going to impact us from early on Friday through early on Tuesday. Here's the breakdown of precip chances over the next 7 days in the Yakima Valley. See rain looking most likely for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Drier for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So let's time it out with Futurecast radar. This is 5 tomorrow morning, starting to see a few showers in the Cascades. I think it's being overly aggressive with some of the showers it's putting into lower elevations, but as we continue to track this, you see now this is lunchtime for tomorrow, starting to get some much heavier rainfall and even some very high elevation snowfall up in the Cascades. I also think it's being a little bit too rain happy for the Tri-Cities and for some of the more centralized locations within our viewing area. But by the time we get to 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, this starts to push in. I think that's probably going to be our best time frame to see rainfall, at least during the span of Friday. And it's being rather generous with how quickly it moves this out of here, but trust me, there's going to be more rainfall to go for Saturday. That's also when snow levels are going to be dropping down as well. So here's some of the rainfall totals we're expecting over the next 48 hours. We're feeling very confident with these totals. Around an inch for the Cascades, excuse me, around 0.2 inches for the Blues, 0.1 inches, I guess, for the Blue Foothills. So that gets us through the next 48 hours, but there's much more to go after that. So that's why we're putting a preliminary tag on this forecast from 5 a.m. on Saturday through 5 in the morning on Tuesday. It could have an additional, 2 inches for the Cascades, an inch for the Blues. Watch very closely for that potential for some localized flooding, excess runoff, especially around some of those burn scars and smaller streams up in the Cascades. Of course, you can track it all yourself by downloading the Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather app. It's going to come in very handy for this weekend. Speaking of the snow, I mentioned snow levels dropping down for Saturday through Tuesday. Looks like models not as hot with the snowfall at this point. 3 to 5 inches for Cascade passes, 1 to 2 inches for Blue Mountain passes. Enough to impact travel, but probably not enough for road closures or chain requirements. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Dry today, a few showers possible tomorrow, then turning much wetter Friday night into Saturday. For Yakima, 50-50 rain chances during the day on Friday, then rain likely for the weekend. In Ellensburg, mostly cloudy Thursday, also a 50-50 rain chance Friday, and even better rain chances Saturday. For Hermiston, overcast with a shower possible tomorrow, but much wetter and windier for Saturday. And finally, for Walla Walla, dry and mild today and tomorrow, but rain pretty much a guarantee for Saturday, perhaps a few rumbles of thunder as well.
All right, thanks, Josh. Still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest, from rare Halloween-colored lobsters to a teacher with a checkerboard beard. We're diving into the weird, the wild, and the wonderfully spooky side of fall. Stay tuned, because coming up after the break, we're checking out some truly out there stories from this week. It's all coming up, and take a look at this.
Hello, Alan Brecky here, waiting for the shredding truck again. Today we're concentrating on thinning out our blue files. There's 126 of these blue files that we are saying goodbye to. A lot of memories and a wealth of experience.
We wanted to switch to T-Mobile to make sure that we have better coverage.
T-Mobile is now the best network. And with T-Satellite, we're connecting millions of people in places no carrier tower can reach.
I signed up for T-Satellite to give me peace of mind as a mom that makes life better knowing that it's there when we need it.
Upgrade to the best network. Right now, T-Mobile will pay off 4 phones up to $3,200. Plus, hook you up with 4 new phones on us. Switch today.
Why buy a mattress from Mattress Depot USA?
Low prices.
Every day, we beat any competitor's price.
Selection?
All sizes and brands like Sealy, Stearns & Foster, Tempur-Pedic.
Customer service.
Our sleep specialists average 10 years in the industry. Check out our reviews.
Comfort guarantee?
120 nights worth.
Same-day delivery.
Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
Local?
Born here, live here.
Come see us today.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
Want your home or business to remain clean? Here to meet all your janitorial needs, R&S Janitorial Services. They have serviced the Valley for over 20 years, specialized in cleaning all offices and businesses to warehouses, commercial buildings, and more. R&S keeps the inside of your business or workplace clean and professional at all times. You keep doing what you do best and let R&S do the rest. Call R&S Janitorial Services at 509-840-7100 today.
Designed to impress, engineered to perform. Shop GE Appliances at Fred's Appliance. Save big on all GE appliances, from dishwashers to ranges, fridges to ovens, and even laundry. You won't find sales like this unless you shop locally. Like this new induction range model, only $11.99. Stop in to explore GE at Fred's Appliance. We sell appliances, only appliances.
Hello, Alan Brecky here, waiting for the shredding truck again. Today we're concentrating on thinning out our blue files. There's 126 of these blue files that we are saying goodbye to. A lot of memories and a wealth of experience.
Washington at Kansas City, Monday Night Football, Apple Valley News Now.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Check this out now. So the spookiest of seasons is officially in full swing, and we're embracing it all.
Yeah, the wild, the whimsical, and yes, even the downright weird.
Jeremy Roth has it all in today's Take a Look at This.
The spookiest of seasons is now in full swing, so let us wallow in the wild, the wondrous, the wily, the whimsical, and the downright weird. Starting with an ultra-rare lobster that has dressed the part for Halloween. This brilliant orange and black dappled lobster is the new headlining act at Northeastern University's Marine Science Center. Caught off the coast of Massachusetts, despite being a 1 in 30 million rarity, this female calico lobster was nicknamed Jackie, short for Jack-o'-lantern. Some Tennessee grade school students are seeing orange in the classroom, thanks to a teacher who wears his team spirit right on his face. WBIR reports teacher Corbin Lester has been coloring his beard orange and white for every University of Tennessee home game since 2021. It's earned him the nickname UT Checkerbeard, which seems a little on the nose, or, well, in this case, below the nose, I guess. In California, this 7-foot-tall bread sculpture is welcoming visitors to a local bakery. KGO reports the 300-pound sculpture was crafted by the eatery's chef and was inspired by the viral plush toy Labubu. And if you don't know what a Labubu is, I don't know, ask a teenager. An industrious North Dakota man has turned a backyard tree stump into a home for gnomes. According to KFYR, the man turned the stump into a multi-unit condo complex fit for housing several of the diminutive mythological creatures. Why, you ask? Hey, why not? It's his stump. Finally, if you're in Minnesota and you hate a good night's sleep, stop by the nightmare-inducing creepy doll exhibit haunting the halls of the History Center of Olmsted County. WCCO reports the exhibit features decades worth of nightmarish cherubs interacting with many of the center's archived artifacts. For Take a Look at This, I'm Jeremy Roth.
A little something for everyone there.
I like scary things, spooky season, but that dollhouse? No. There's got to be something possessed in there.
Oh, I'm
just sure. No, it's not like the Annabelle doll.
You never know.
Gnomes are evil.
No, not the gnome. The doll house. There was like a spooky house just full of
I see.
Ugh.
Yes, that was haunted.
Yeah.
But not the gnome.
Not the gnome.
I don't want any parts.
Okay.
No, the gnomes are just
gnomes
out
are cute.
frolicking
A
in the
home
grass.
for gnomes. That's cute.
Yeah. All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. A documentary on the decades of unexplained cattle mutilations in rural communities premiered in Richland last night. And our Dan Hansen was there and has an in-depth look at the event.
Plus, it's National School Bus Safety Week. We have important reminders for parents and guardians, some that you may have forgotten about. It's all in your next half hour, but first, here are your Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, Tinder is requiring facial verification for all new users. It's aimed at rooting out bots and fake accounts on the dating app. Members will have to submit a short video selfie, and they'll be verified with a 3D scan through a feature called Face Check. Electric car maker Rivian has launched a line of electric bikes. The bikes have a pedal-assisted top speed of 28 miles per hour, and they can adapt to different uses such as commuting or trail riding. Prices start at $4,000. Finally, Google's Gemini is coming to GM vehicles starting next year. GM says the AI assistant will alert drivers about maintenance concerns, plan routes, and even turn on the heat and air conditioning. Gemini replaces the Google built-in operating system that's in many GM cars right now. Those are your Tech Bites. Have a great day.
Let me see my new granddog.
Say hi, Grandma.
You're feeding him Blue Buffalo, right?
No, we got Purina in one. It's all the same stuff.
Not really. Blue Life Protection Formula's got deboned chicken, chicken meal, brown rice, oatmeal, barley.
Purina One has chicken, rice flour, corn gluten meal, whole grain corn, chicken byproduct meal.
Looks like we're switching to Blue.
Blue Life Protection Formula is now available with salmon. Love them like family, feed them like family.
Meet my better half. National University supports all her aunts. With personalized attention, she can be a student and a role model. She's an Ander. National University, supporting all your aunts.
So there I was, scrolling eBay.
When I saw this.
Still in the box. It's like the exact same one my mom wore.
This whole time, it was right there on eBay.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good Thursday morning. Thanks for waking up with us, joining us here for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jade Elliott.
I'm Jessica Joel.
And I'm Josh Colbert.
All right, it's been pretty cold every single day, and then the one day that I wear a sweater, I'm kind of sweaty.
You're kind of
Maybe it's because of the sweater. Who knows?
Well, I should start wearing a sweater in here because I am not warm in here today.
And a blanket and a space heater.
I know. Normally I have like a jacket wrapped around my legs under the desk.
Yeah.
It's like reverse psychology. Whatever we wear, is what's not going to happen.
But I know it is going to happen.
Let's test that theory over the weekend. Yeah,
rain's going to happen.
We do have rain on the way. We got snow on the way for higher elevations. Doesn't look like it's going to be a ton, but it might impact travel a little bit. So here is the breakdown over the next handful of days. Of course, that atmospheric river that's coming in, bringing lower elevation rain, higher elevation snow. It's going to be gusty for Saturday. It's going to be cooler for this weekend and beyond. And that means that maybe we could deal with some more frost in the valleys. But let's take it back to the basin. Right now you're taking a live look at Richland. This view coming courtesy of the Legends Casino and Hotel. Not seeing much out there, obviously, for this morning. 40s and 50s, a lot warmer for this morning as opposed to yesterday morning, and then 30s and 40s up in the mountains. Here's your coat cast for this Thursday for the Tri-Cities. Heavy jacket weather for this morning, but 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock after that should be light jacket weather. Maybe even some t-shirt weather for the warmest part of the day as we'll end up in the mid-60s. But there's not going to be a ton of sunshine for today except for in the Blue Foothills. But for the rest of us, partly to mostly cloudy. Again, we'll be trending cooler as we head into this weekend, and that's going to pick up wind gusts. I'll talk about both those things coming up in a few minutes.
Josh, thanks so much. We begin this half hour of news talking about a mysterious story that's come to the big screen in Richland. A new visually striking documentary called Not One Drop of Blood. It debuted last night at the Fairchild Cinemas in Queens Gate.
And this film explores decades of unexplained cattle mutilations and the rural communities that they've haunted. Apple Valley News Now's Dan Hansen caught up with the filmmakers ahead of the hometown screening.
It's a chilling mystery that spanned more than half a century across remote rangelands of eastern Oregon. Ranchers finding cattle dead, surgically cut and drained of blood with no tracks, predators, or clear explanations. The Harney County Sheriff's Office has investigated cases dating back to the 1970s, confirming the deaths are real, but the causes remain unknown.
There's a lot of questions and a lot of intrigue, and you want to know more. And then to find out it's a story that's had a resurgence in Eastern Oregon.
Filmmakers Jackson Devereaux and Lachlan Hinton say the project became an ode to the American West and the people who keep its traditions alive, even as they face forces beyond their understanding.
We really want to create a film in the end that was a bit of a
time capsule.
Yeah, it's a time capsule, and sort of like was an ode to the endurance of the Western spirit.
For producer Anna King, the mystery was personal. A longtime Northwest journalist, King first reported on the mutilations near Harney County, and says watching her reporting evolve into a feature documentary was surreal.
We're just so happy to bring it to this community. They've been hearing about it through me for years. And so I think almost nearly every one of my friends is coming, and we're just really excited to show it to the larger community.
At the Silvies Valley Ranch in rural Oregon, 5 young purebred bulls mysteriously showed up dead. King says the Harney County Sheriff's Office are getting calls and tips all the time and still don't have any credible leads. King says the sheriff's deputies say the strange cases continue even today, adding tension and intrigue captured and not one drop of blood. Dan Hansen, Apple Valley News Now.
Again, the movie premiered last night at Richland's Fairchild Cinemas. You can also find it on streaming platforms like Netflix and Prime Video.
Last night's showing was followed by a Q&A with the filmmakers, which gave the audience an opportunity to dig a little deeper into the mystery and the meaning behind all of it as well. Fascinating.
So fascinating.
Yeah. All right, 5:32 now, and in education news this morning, it's National School Bus Safety Week. It's a time to remind drivers, parents, and communities to keep kids safe on their way to and from school. So this year's theme is called Safe Stops, Stronger Communities. This highlights how every stop protects lives and builds trust across neighborhoods. Each day, millions of kids ride the bus, but their safety depends on everyone following the rules of the road. The National Association of State Directors of Pupil Transportation Services reports that drivers illegally pass stopped school buses about 39 million times a year. And while violations are down 13% from last year, that's still far too many close calls.
But when you see that bus stop and their lights are flashing and now that stop paddle comes out on the driver's side of the bus, please stop. I mean, it's the law.
It's the law. National School Bus Safety Week is a reminder that a few seconds of patience can help protect every child's journey to school.
And in more education news, voters in the Kiona-Benton School District will soon decide whether to renew a local replacement levy on the November 4th ballot. Now, the district's current levy expires at the end of this year, and the renewal would keep the same rate, $1.50 per $1,000 of assessed property value. Also, it would continue funding programs not covered by the state's definition of basic education. Superintendent Pete Peterson says those local dollars make a big difference, covering things like art, music, and sports the state doesn't pay for.
Almost any of your regular elective type classes, the kind that the kids really seem to have a good time at, are the ones that aren't funded through basic ed. All of our athletics and sports programs are funded through local levy dollars.
If the levy fails, the district says it could face deep cuts to several programs and would not be able to make up for lost funding.
Taking you to Pasco, where City Council member Peter Harpster is announcing his resignation. According to Harpster, his family bought a home recently, but it's outside of city limits, which now makes him ineligible to continue to serve. He began his term in January of last year, and his resignation is effective October 26th. He says he does look forward to serving Pasco in other ways. 5:35 in your health headlines this morning. When it comes to overdoses, anyone can become a hero and save someone's life.
In Yakima County, at the heart of the opioid crisis, Apple Valley News Now's Monique Garcia is bringing us a powerful message on how you can do just that with the right tools and right knowledge.
Imagine this. You're driving down a familiar street and you spot someone slumped over the curb, overdosing. Or maybe the person at risk is closer than you think, a friend or a family member in your own home, struggling with opioids known or unknown to you. Dr. Jamie Simmons, Chief Medical Officer for Triumph Treatment Services, stresses the importance of always being ready when opioid overdose strikes. It can happen to anyone at any time, which is why carrying Narcan is crucial.
We have a friend who visits that accidentally overdoses, or maybe they're being prescribed a prescription, a pain medication that is an opioid, and they accidentally overdose or intentionally overdose. And this is such a life-saving medication. It is simple to use, and it does not cause any harm if you use it on someone who hasn't overdosed and is unresponsive for another reason.
Dr. Simmons reassures us that you don't have to be a medical professional to administer Narcan. The process is straightforward and can be a true lifesaver.
It is as simple as opening the package, laying the person flat on their back, inserting the nozzle of the Narcan into the nostril as far as it goes, and pressing the red button, and it will spray the Narcan into their nostril. It is as simple as that. And then you wait for 2 to 3 minutes for a response.
If there's no reaction after the first dose, the Narcan box includes a second dose for you to repeat the process.
If the person wakes up after you've given them the Narcan, you would roll them over on their side into what we call like a rescue position, because it is not uncommon for someone to vomit after they've been given Narcan, and you want to try to prevent them from accidentally inhaling anything that they may have vomited into their lungs.
If you don't already have Narcan on hand, Washington State has made it easy to get. Thanks to a standing prescription, anyone can walk into a pharmacy and request Narcan without needing one from their doctor. The pharmacy typically processes it through your insurance, and you may be responsible for a copay. Reporting in Yakima, Monique Garcia, Apple Valley News Now.
And for those wanting Narcan, you can pick it up for free in Yakima. You can visit our website, applevalleynewsnow.com, for those locations. All right, keep it here, because coming up next, we're talking sports, specifically Grandview High School's soccer team. They had their senior night, and we have the highlights from it right after the break.
Seattle Kraken Hockey, sponsored by Legends Casino Hotel.
Is there anything, and we mean anything, cuter than baby animals? Well, this week on GMA, get ready for baby black bears, baby gorillas, and baby Asian small-clawed otters. Pinch me, this is just too cute on Good Morning America.
Style or substance? Somehow, it became one or the other. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything in the GMC Sierra. Get 0% APR plus no monthly payments until next year on select Sierra 1500 models. See your Inland Empire GMC dealers.
At Smoke City for Less, we understand every smoker is unique. Explore our over 1,500 vape flavors and specialty curated selection of tobacco products. Your perfect flavor and blend awaits at any of Smoke City for Less 6 locations. Save your pennies. Smoke City for Less has the lowest prices. Find the best vape mods, batteries, kratom, and specialty products too. Our knowledgeable staff is always on hand to provide personalized recommendations. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
If your bath has seen a lot of life, nobody gives it new life like Bath Fitter. Whatever shape your bath is in, Bath Fitter will transform it with an amazing number of styles and watertight walls that are grout-free and easy to clean. With 40 years of experience, Bath Fitter knows what people want. An affordable remodel that isn't just beautiful, it's guaranteed for life. When it's time to give your bath new life, it just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Now through December 31st, receive rebates up to $1,300 off on a new Daikin Fit system, plus free thermostat when you finance through Bruce Heating and Air.
Thank you.
I got this.
I need to know how strong you love it. How strong you love it. 'Cause I've been waiting. Yeah.
New America Credit Union. Money where it matters.
Satellite.
We lost contact.
O2 supplies draining fast. Mission control, do you copy?
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. The wind's going to pick up for Saturday because of a cold front that is passing attached to that atmospheric river. So here are the preliminary wind gusts we're expecting for Saturday, of course subject to change, but peak gust around 35 miles per hour for places like the Tri-Cities, Hermiston, Pendleton, Walla Walla, our Blue Mountain passes, also for Salish Pass on US 97. And again, the winds attached to a cold front, that's going to drop our temperatures down into the 50s for this weekend and beyond. So in the Yakima Valley, 2 more days with low 60s and then low to mid 50s for Saturday through Wednesday. And since our high temperatures are going to be dropping down, that means our low temperature is going to be dropping down as well. So we'll have that potential for frost in both the Kittitas and Yakima Valleys for the nights of Saturday night through Wednesday night. So here's what it's going to look like in the Kittitas Valley. Maybe Friday night could be pretty close to that freezing threshold as well, but certainly below that after that. So you'll have to take those steps to protect the outdoor pets, the plants, and the plumbing. Let's take it back to today. That zone-by-zone tour of today's forecast is going to be around 60 in Ellensburg, mostly cloudy skies. Will also be mostly cloudy in the Yakima Valley, where we'll be in the low to mid 60s. Also low to mid 60s for the lower Columbia Basin. Then for the Blue Foothills, maybe closer to 70 degrees for places like Pilot Rock and Pendleton, given some of those leftover winds out of the south. That air sinking down the face of the mountains, and then it compresses and it warms. That's why the foothills a little bit warmer compared to the rest of the region. But again, turning cooler for this weekend, turning windier, and also turning wetter with that atmospheric river on the way. I'll time it out with Futurecast. I'll show you how much rainfall and snowfall we're expecting. All that coming up in a few minutes.
5:42 now. Thanks, Josh. Talking sports, as fall seasons end in the high school sports leagues, that means seniors get to play in their last games.
Apple Valley News Now's Jake Gable captured Grandview's soccer team's senior night, so take a look.
The Grandview Greyhounds girls soccer team held their senior night for their last game of the season. The graduating class was honored pregame and greeted by teammates and family. Playing against Ephrata, the game was as close as it gets, tied 0-0 after regulation, and 2 overtimes Grandview fell to Ephrata in penalty kicks. Every senior class is special, and while it didn't end the way they wanted to, there's still a lot of memories to take away from this season as well as their whole soccer careers.
Just the teammates that we have made it pretty enjoyable, made it be fun over here, made it like a safe place.
They've had an amazing season. Defensively, they played really well. Like tonight, as you see, we had a 50-50 chance, and then we just, we didn't capitalize on the, shootout, but overall, we did really good today.
After the game, players had a chance to reminisce over their soccer careers, including what made it special to them, as well as their favorite moments.
Probably that no matter how hard we were losing, we still had fun and we still played to the end. We'll keep beating closer, and just the teammates that I had for about the 4 years.
They also had some advice for their younger teammates who still have more soccer left to play.
Just to enjoy it, because it goes by so fast.
It may not have been a storybook ending, but it was one they fought for and had the support of their teammates, coaches, and friends and family in the crowd. In Grandview, Jake Gable, Apple Valley News Now.
And in total, 8 seniors took part in their final game for Grandview.
It's a senior class that coaches say, of course, will be very missed. They're so cute. I love them so much. And you know, like them being on that team for 4 years and working together and working so hard and playing so hard, and you build so many bonds.
It just, it was a long, long time ago, but it reminds me of my senior year in high school. So all the memories.
Yeah, exactly. All right, still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest, your morning sprint. Everything you need to know before you head out the door this morning. And speaking of heading out, giving you a live look outside right now from our Legends Casino and Hotel Sky camera at Richland's Columbia Point, overlooking the mighty Columbia at Howard Amon Park there. When we come back, Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth breaking down your full first alert forecast, and there are changes in store. We're back after the break.
At Mattress Depot USA, we realize your top priority is to get a quality mattress at a great price.
And it never hurts to do business with someone local.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
Dear Friday, let's put good times in gear. We've got power tailgates to power game days and a trailer backup guide that's the champ of the ramp. Heck, we might even cancel Monday. Toyota trucks.
Right now, you can lease a rugged new Toyota Tacoma for just $279 per month. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Life. It's a crazy thing when you think about it. It's either about making memories or remembering those moments that matter most. Broadmoor RV has been serving families and its community in the Pacific Northwest for over 20 years. From travel trailers to toy haulers, truck campers, motorhomes, and fifth wheels, we have what you need to start creating memories with the ones you love. So get out there and make those memories last a lifetime. Broadmoor RV. We make camping fun.
Macy's biggest fall sale is the best time to save on fall styles, like boots and shoes for any vibe, effortless cotton and merino sweaters, plus diamonds at our lowest prices of the season. Only at Macy's biggest fall sale, ends Sunday.
These hands are working hands. My hands are the most important tools I have. You need to take care of them. That's where O'Keeffe's comes in.
It's America's #1 selling hand cream for guaranteed relief.
If it works for these hands, it'll work for yours.
Also, try O'Keeffe Skin Repair Body Creams.
Visit Fred's Appliance today and explore unbeatable deals on the largest selection of in-stock, get-it-today inventory in the region. Upgrade your kitchen with the spacious LG refrigerator with its innovative cooling technology and generous storage capacity. Keep your food fresher for longer while enjoying the modern design that complements any kitchen decor. The Smart ThinQ technology allows you to control and diagnose your refrigerator from your smartphone. At Fred's, we sell appliances. Only appliances.
An affordable, adjustable bed from Mattress Depot USA will help you sleep better.
And help alleviate aches and pains, sleep apnea, and snoring.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We have an atmospheric river that's on the way for early on Friday through early on Tuesday. So here is what that's going to look like in terms of precip chances. Rain looking likely in the Yakima Valley for Friday through Sunday, and then definitely a lot drier for Monday and beyond. So let's time it out with Futurecast radar. This is 5 tomorrow morning. So we put this into motion, and by 8 in the morning, it's trying to bring some rainfall down into lower elevations. I think most of this is probably going to stay confined to the Cascades up until later in the day when some of that could start to impact the valleys. It's being very rain happy for the basin. Not sure if that's going to pan out, but definitely after 5 p.m., this atmospheric river is starting to move further towards the east, and that's when rain chances are going to skyrocket for all of us. Now, by midnight, we're going to get some temporary clearing, but I think there's definitely more rainfall that's going to be on the way for Saturday and then into Sunday as well. So here are some of the rainfall totals we're expecting over the next 48 hours. Feeling very confident about these totals. Around an inch for the Cascades, only 0.2 inches for the Blues, 0.1 for the Blue Foothills. But beyond that, it's going to be much wetter, maybe another 2 to 2.5 inches of liquid water. That would be both rainfall and melted snowfall up in the Cascades. Around an inch of that for the Blues. Even look at lower elevations. The Tri-Cities, Hermiston, 0.2 to 0.3 inches. Beneficial stuff across the map, but we'll watch for that localized flooding potential in the Cascades very closely. Of course, you can track everything yourself. Hourly wind gust forecasts and precip chances and that interactive radar feature, all on the Apple Valley News Now First Alert weather app. Okay, snow level is going to be dropping down into Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and the wee hours of the morning for Tuesday, which means we will have some snow for mountain passes, but models are trending less with the snowfall totals. Only 3 to 5 inches we're expecting for now. Again, subject to change, but 3 to 5 inches for those major Cascade passes, only a couple inches for a Blue Mountain passes. So travel will be impacted, but will we see chain requirements? Will we see road closures? Probably not at this point, but we'll keep a close eye on it. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Dry today, a few showers possible tomorrow, then turning much wetter Friday night into Saturday. And Yakima, 50-50 rain chances during the day on Friday, then rain likely for the weekend. In Ellensburg, mostly cloudy Thursday, also a 50-50 rain chance Friday, and even better rain chances Saturday. For Hermiston, overcast with a shower possible tomorrow, but much wetter and windier for Saturday. And finally, for Walla Walla, dry and mild today and tomorrow, but rain almost a guarantee for Saturday, perhaps a few rumbles of thunder as well.
Now, the morning sprint.
Time is 5:51. It's time for your morning sprint in our 5 o'clock hour.
And we start with the top 5 local things that you need to know this morning, starting in Pasco, where police are investigating a deadly shooting that happened near a truck stop just yesterday morning. It was in a parking lot near Kirchner Street and Commercial Avenue, right there in King City off of Highway 395. When officers got there, they found one person had been shot, and despite performing life-saving measures, that person was pronounced dead at the hospital. Investigators say it's still unclear what led up to the shooting or if the people involved knew each other, but we'll, of course, keep you updated as we learn more on the investigation.
And the Franklin County Sheriff's Office released its third quarter report for the year, and it shows that overall calls for service went down 3% compared to last year. Field event calls saw the biggest drop. Felony and juvenile arrests also declined, and traffic-related calls stayed steady while sex offender registrations rose slightly. Officials say these reports help guide staffing and strategy moving into the next quarter.
Voters in the Kaibi School District will soon decide whether to renew a school replacement levy on the November 4th ballot. The district's current levy expires at the end of this year. The renewal would keep the same rate, $1.50 per $1,000 of assessed property value, and it would also continue funding programs not covered by the state. If the levy fails, the district says it could face deep cuts to several programs.
Health officials are reminding everyone the importance of carrying Narcan. It's an over-the-counter treatment that can save a life in an opioid emergency. You can grab Narcan for free at places like Triumph Treatment Services in Yakima, also Astrea Regional and Save Yakima, which is a local nonprofit, and they also offer training for anyone who wants to learn how to use it.
And Yakima City Council has approved repairs to the Natchez River Bridge, paving the way for the Yakima Valley Trolley to return to Selah. Council members voted 4-3 to fund $375,000 in repairs after years of closures and lost revenue. They also directed staff to draft a new 5-year operating agreement expected in December. Trolley organizers hope to resume trips to Selah by summer of 2026.
International headlines this morning. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio is set to visit Israel today. That's according to 2 Israeli officials. It would be a remarkable third trip to Israel by a senior U.S. official in a span of 2 weeks. This follows visits by President Trump and Vice President J.D. Vance. U.S. envoys Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner are also currently in Israel. It's all an indication of the political capital the Trump administration is using to maintain the Gaza ceasefire and advance negotiations. And that's for the next phase of the agreement.
It is 5:53 in your business headlines this morning. Toys R Us is attempting a comeback ahead of the holiday season. The nostalgic toy retailer has announced it will open more than 30 new stores across the U.S. 8 of those will be permanent flagship stores. More than 20 will be temporary seasonal shops. Toys R Us closed more than 700 stores after filing for bankruptcy in 2017 and by 2018. It opened a flagship location in Minnesota's Mall of America in 2023, which remains open.
Now to your health headlines this morning. More and more people are using weight loss drugs, and it's costing employers big time. According to a new study of employer health benefits, so many people are using expensive GLP-1 medications, some companies are reconsidering whether they should cover the cost. The number of larger companies covering obesity drugs soared to 43% this year. That's up from 28% last year. Among smaller firms with less than 1,000 workers, about 16% provide coverage for obesity drugs. GLP-1 drugs are used to treat diabetes, but have gained popularity for weight loss benefits in recent years. Employers say they may need to cut costs by limiting coverage to those with higher body mass indexes or requiring workers to take part in weight management programs.
In your sports headlines at 5:55, WNBA players may soon see a boost in their paychecks. During an appearance on NBC's Today Show, NBA Commissioner Adam Silver was asked if the women will get an increased share of the league's revenue. He said that players should see, quote, a big increase in this cycle of collective bargaining. WNBA Commissioner Kathy Engelbert has said she expects the deal between the players and the league will be wrapped up soon. The WNBA has 13 franchises and has seen increase in value over the past few seasons, according to Sportico. We also have some breaking sports news just coming in. We are just learning, it's being reported that the Portland Trailblazers coach Chauncey Billups and Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier have been arrested by the FBI for alleged illegal gambling and sports betting. ESPN just reporting that minutes ago, so we'll keep a close eye on that also.
Now, trending this morning, authorities in Southeast Florida are calling a burglary something out of Mission Impossible.
All right, so the Martin County Sheriff saying thieves cut through the roof of a mall to steal hundreds of pairs of sneakers from a Champs Sports. They include New Balances, Air Jordans, other Nikes. You see them all right there.
Look at all those boxes.
Nice haul right there. Well, the sheriff says they could be worth up to $50,000. His office estimates fixing the roof will cost about $10,000.
You know, criminals these days are kind of incriminating themselves. They'll like post a video, so you never know. There might be a video haul somewhere about a bunch of shoes.
That is just... You guys just stop doing bad things.
Yeah.
And whenever a story starts with authorities in Florida say, you know, just
of course it'll be a little wilder.
It's going to be a little wilder. Yeah. But goodness.
I feel like they'll be caught soon, and I can't wait to see it.
Everything's on camera these days. Like,
yeah.
Well, I think you're right. They're probably going to tell them themselves.
Yes,
in some way.
That's how it's been going lately.
Well, because they're going to start posting videos in their new kicks.
Yeah.
Like, check out my Air Jordans.
Right? Mm.
Got them from Champs. Come on.
Should have gone to Payless.
Right? Yeah.
They don't have Air Jordans at Payless.
Loafers.
They've got
but they do have
ones.
They do have LA Gears.
There you go, yeah.
If you remember those were the jam back in the 80s and 90s. You weren't even born.
No, I loved Payless as a kid. I had to take Converse. Good days.
Nice. All right, still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Speaking of break-ins, another one at a local business in Kennewick, and now we're hearing from the owners of Cedars at Pier 1, who were just the latest target in this string of theft and damages hitting the area.
Plus, we're talking movies and music. Miley Cyrus announcing she'll have a song for the upcoming Avatar movie. All those details are coming up in our 6 o'clock hour. And Josh, what are you tracking?
An atmospheric river, it's on the way, so rain for lower elevations, some snow for our mountain passes, and wind gusts picking up for Saturday. I'll track it all coming up on Good Morning Northwest at 6.